Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the Unstoppable Dynamite channel of Wrestling Results here in this channel. So we have AEW Dynamite Fighter Fest Week 2 results for July 20th, 2022. So let's get in this results, shall we? Tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite Fighter Fest 2022 Week 2 was broadcasted live from the Gas South Arena in Duluth, GA. Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and the Human Suplex Machine, Taz, were the broadcast team for tonight's event. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Grudge match. The House of Black's Brody King versus Darby Allin with Sting. Darby blasted Brody with a shotgun dropkick and then followed up with a Topia Suicida. Darby's feet got hung up on the middle rope, and Brody took advantage of this, grabbing Darby and hurling him into the steel ring barricade. Darby jumped on Brody's back, but Brody flung him off and followed up with 2 consecutive sentons onto Darby. Brody King chopped Darby's chest. Brody jumped off the turnbuckles, but Brody countered with another chop. Brody grabbed Darby by the belt and ragdolled him across the ring. Brody King is demolishing Darby Allin, said Excalibur. Outside the ring, Darby Allin removed his leather belt, tied it around Brody's ankles, and pulled him to the arena floor. Darby fired himself out of the ring with a diving cannonball at Brody. Darby Allin connected with a coffin splash. Darby tried for another coffin splash, but Darby blocked him. Darby's legs were tied in the Tree of Woe. Brody tried for a cannonball, but Darby dodged it and nailed Brody with a code red for a near fall. Darby hung on to Brody's wrist and then transitioned into a rare naked choke. Brody King got to his feet and then flipped into the turnbuckles, all of his weight and size sandwiching and crushing Darby into the corner. Darby attempted an stunner, but Brody countered with a sleeper. Brody released the hold, and Darby fell straight to the arena floor. It looks like Brody is trying to get the count out victory here, said Taz. Darby beats the count, just barely. Brody spiked Darby with a Gonzo bomb and pinned Darby. That was insanity. I broke my neck many years ago, and watching Gonzo bomb makes me cringe, said Taz. Brody grabbed Darby again, trying to draw out Sting, and it worked. Sting stalked out the ring and hooked Brody in the Scorpion Death Drop. The arena lights went out. The lights turned back on, and Malachi Black was having a stare down with Sting. Brody grabbed Sting from behind while Malachi sprayed the black mist into Sting's eyes. The Redeemer Miro's music hits, stopping the House of Black in their tracks. From the ramp, Miro, with sunglasses, one of the lenses was darker than the other, stared at the House of Black. What are we witnessing here, said Excalibur. On to now. We have best friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta with freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus Blackpool Combat Club's AEW Interim World Champion Jon Moxley and Ring of Honor Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta. Orange Cassidy and William Regal joined the commentary booth for this match. Mox took down Trent with a go behind. Moxley had control of the wrist. Trent got to his feet and traded chops with Moxley. Wheeler Yuta tagged in and called out Chuck Taylor, his early mentor. Chuck Taylor grabbed a tag and pushed Yuta into the corner. Wheeler Yuta shoved Chucky T back. Yuta planted Chuck Taylor while Daniel Garcia watched from the monitor backstage. Moxley tagged in and nearly dissipated Trent with a wild lariat. Mox almost pinned Trent after a cutter. Moxley captured Trent's arms and then drove the heel of his boots into Trent's head, stomping him over and over. In the middle of the skimmerish, Chuck was able to spike Moxley with an awful waffle. Trent suffered Wheeler Yuta with a pile driver for a near fall. Yuta escaped a strong zero attempt and countered with a German suplex. Trent fired back with a scrunchie on Wheeler Yuta, but Mox broke up Trent's pin attempt. This is such an evenly match-up competition, said Regal. Yuta grabbed a front guillotine choke on Chuck Taylor, but Taylor countered with a suplex. Yuta countered Chuck's awful waffle with the seatbelt and pinned Chuck Taylor. Chuck taught him that pin, said Orange Cassidy. What condition will Wheeler Yuta be in at Death Before Dishonor this Saturday on pay-per-view? Wondered Excalibur. We will be covering that on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday morning. Next, if I can find the results for that. Next, it was time for the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Swerve in Our Glory, Swerve Strickland, and Limitless Keith Lee, and their championship celebration. Tony Schiavone was in the ring to interview the champions. There was cake and champagne set on the table at ringside. Swerve, I have my man Kevin Gates come through for this celebration, showing love. Keith Lee says, we know the album good, but when you dropping that deluxe, listen, I need to express my eternal thanks, not just to Swerve, not just the opportunity to gain these sweet things, but to all of you. Listen, we appreciate you, because with your assistance, we have ascended to the top of the tag team division, and we do not look down. So if you want these, you'd better reach. So I would say a toast. May this reign be limitless. Mark Sterling and Tony Nese interrupted the ceremony. Sterling, you guys got lucky with those championships. And Keith, you got lucky that Swerve didn't stab you in the back. The petition is almost complete, and then we can remove Swerve from the roster. I thought it'd be great to get Kevin Gates to sign this petition. Kevin, you are an AEW fan, so I need you to do the right thing for this company and sign this petition right now. No, I thought you'd say that, just like Swerve Strickland. You're untrustworthy, and your music sucks. Don't touch me, or I will sue you for all your money. Gates nailed knees with a knockout shot to the jaw. Strickland grabbed the cake and smashed it into Sterling's face. Backstage, we have Silver and Reynolds mock Butcher and the Blade. Butcher and the Blade were amused and beat down Silver and Reynolds until Hangman Adam Page ran out to save his friends in the Dark Order. Varsity Blondes, Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. versus Christian Cage and Luchasaurus. Pillman charged at Luchasaurus, and Luchasaurus answered with a headbutt. Pillman tagged out to Griff, and Griff had Luchasaurus unsteady on his feet with 2 rolling elbows. The Blondes used a double shoulder tackle, but Luchasaurus wiped them out with a double clothesline. Luchasaurus chokeslammed Brian Pillman. Christian Cage ordered Luchasaurus to do it again, and this time Luchasaurus chokeslammed Griff onto Pillman. Christian Cage grabbed the tag, picked up the scraps, and pinned Pillman. Jungle Boy walked onto the ramp with a steel chair. "Look who's back," said Tony Schiavone. "He's got a nasty look in his eyes," replied Taz. Luchasaurus stepped aside and allowed Jungle Boy to pass him. Jungle Boy charged into the ring and chased Christian Cage out of the ring and up the arena steps. I'm surprised Luchasaurus never went and attacked Jungle Boy. I'm surprised there. Jim Ross joined the broadcast booth for hour 2 of Dynamite. Why? I thought he was supposed to be the broadcast. Whatever. FTW Championship Open Challenge. FTW Champion Absolute Ricky Starks with a Powerhouse Hobbs versus Cole Carter. Starks clubbed Cole with overhand shots and then smashed him in the corner with a diving hip splash. Cole Carter fired back with a drop kick. Carter connected with a diving crossbody press and then sent Starks to the floor with a clothesline. Starks came back and speared Cole for the pin. Cole Carter stepped up, but Ricky Starks backed it up, said Excalibur. Starks grabbed a microphone. Starks says, "Atlanta, while that was my first challenge, I came out on top. And I've got a little bit more in my tank. Let's get another challenge out here, shall we?" Danhausen answered the open challenge of Ricky Starks. Danhausen would like to accept that open challenge right now, said Danhausen. Starks says, "I didn't mean right now. How about next week on Dynamite?" He's a coward. It's going to be Absolute Ricky Starks against Danhausen for the FTW Championship. We heard from Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions FTR, Dex Hardwood, and Cash Wheeler ahead of their 2 of 3 Falls match against the Briscoes at Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor, live on pay-per-view this Saturday. Like I said, if I can find the results, I will do that. Cash, I don't know if you guys know this, but 2022 has been a pretty decent year for the FTR. I don't know if any match was bigger for us than Supercard of Honor, when we stood across the Briscoes and went to war. Until this Saturday, FTR versus the Briscoes 2. We respect you, but you're not going to take any of these belts away from FTR. Hardwood says, Saturday night, we're bringing home a legacy my daughter can be proud of. Saturday night, pay-per-view, Briscoes, I'm going to beat your ass. Top guys out. Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels interrupted the interview. Daniels challenged Lethal to a match this Friday on Rampage. Athena and Willow Nightingale versus TBS champion Jade Cargill, Kara Hogan, with Stokely Hathaway, and Jermaine Durpee. Stokely said Leela Gray was unable to compete tonight. Willow was tripped by Kara. Willow dodged a drop kick and followed up with a crossbody cover for a near fall. Willow picked up Athena and power slammed. Power slammed her onto Kara for a near fall. Willow hit a flipping senton onto Jade and Kara on the outside of the ring. Athena followed Willow's lead and jumped off the top turnbuckle onto the pile of bodies onto the arena floor. Jade disrupted a pin and that Willow had on Kara. Athena and Jade traded forearms. Jade avoided a dropkick. Athena booted Jade. Athena jumped off the turnbuckles and Jade caught her countering with a fall away slam. Athena smashed Jade with a double knee stomp material. Jade rolled out of the ring. Athena powerbombed Kara onto the ring apron. Stokely distracted Athena and Jade took advantage of the moment and kicked Athena in the head. Athena's head smashed into the steel ring steps. Back in the ring, Jade planted Willow with Jaded and pinned her. Now it's our main event. Barbed-wire everywhere death match. Mad King Eddie Kingston versus the Painmaker Chris Jericho. The Jericho Appreciation Society were locked in a shark cage and hoisted up over the ring. Ruby Soho was the keeper of the key. Jericho made his entrance with his baseball bat. Floyd wrapped in barbed wire. Kingston grabbed the barbed wire microphone from Justin Roberts and smashed it into Jericho's forehead, drawing first blood. Kingston chomped down on Jericho's forehead. They brawled outside of the ring and Jericho smashed the ring bell. Wrapped in barbed wire onto Eddie's head. Kingston sent Jericho face first into a table wrapped in barbed wire. Wow, everything is barbed wire. Okay, so everything is barbed wire then. Okay. Kingston hip tossed Jericho into the barbed wire wrapped ring ropes. Kingston was grinding Jericho's face in the barbed wire. Kingston waffled Jericho with a steel chair that was wrapped in barbed wire. Jericho rocked Kingston with right hand shots. Jericho used a top rope Hurricanrana to send Eddie Kingston into the barbed wire below. Kingston superplexed Jericho off the ring apron into a table that was wrapped in barbed wire. They're both in trouble, said Jim Ross. Tay Conti ran down to the ring and began to assault Ruby Soho. Anna Jay sprinted after Tay and pulled Tay off Ruby. Anna Jay looked at Tay and then slammed Ruby's head into the steel ring post. Tay Conti and Anna Jay smiled at each other and high-fived. They lowered the shark cage, and the Jericho Appreciation Society jumped into the ring. The Jericho Appreciation Society began to clobber Eddie with a 4-on-1 assault. Moxley, Cordero, Castagnoli, and Ortiz ran down to even up the odds for Kingston. Ortiz used the mad ball and smashed Jericho in the forehead. Kingston hit the exploder suplex on Jericho. Through a table for a near fall. Eddie tried to hit Jericho with a steel chair, but Jericho countered with a code breaker. The barbed wire wrapped steel chair still caught Jericho in the eye. Jericho attempted a lion salt, but Kingston countered and followed up with a back fist for a near fall. Kingston wrapped Jericho in a barbed wire and applied a stretch plum submission. Sammy Guevara returned, jumped into the ring, and rocked Eddie with a thrust kick. Sammy shoved Kingston into Jericho, and Jericho, with his arm wrapped in barbed wire, dismantled Kingston with a Judas effect for the pin. After the match, Eddie Kingston kept fighting and hip-tossed Jericho off the ring apron through a spider web of barbed wire on the arena floor. Catch AEW Dynamite Fight for the Fallen on TBS next Wednesday, live at 8/7 Central from the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. Oh, damn it! This Friday, tune in. Wait, it's my vacation. That's right. This Friday, tune in to Rampage on TNT at 10 p.m. Eastern Time as Fyter Fest concludes. Don't forget Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor, this Saturday, July 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. on Bleacher Report and all major cable satellite TV providers, and internationally via Fight and pay-per-view.com, featuring Ring of Honor World Champion match, Jonathan Gresham versus Colludio Castagnoli. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm going as Cesaro. Sorry. Ring of Honor World TV Championship match, Samoa Joe versus Jay Lethal. Ring of Honor Pure Championship match, Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia. Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship match, FTR versus the Briscoes, 2 out of 3 falls. Ring of Honor Women's World Championship match, Mercedes Martinez versus Serena Deeb. And the additional matches will be announced in the days leading up to the next Saturday. And remember, the home of professional wrestling is All Elite Wrestling. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Hit that notification button so that you guys do not miss an upload here on this channel. Stay tuned for more AEW results. And stay tuned for, hopefully, I can find Ring of Honor results for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit those notifications when you subscribe, because we are bringing back wrestling results. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.